In today's show, will Bitcoin break out on July 22nd? I'm going to be sharing with you 5 things in particular to watch out for the Bitcoin price this week, as analysts predict the end of Bitcoin's compression cycle will hit any day now as the price continues trading and ranging sideways, preserving this $9,000 support, which I'll be breaking down for you here in today's show. Also, in today's episode, John McAfee calls Bitcoin a worthless coin and says he never believed that Bitcoin would hit $1 million. We all know the infamous bet placed back in July of 2017, where McAfee said he would eat his own what if Bitcoin does not hit $500,000 within 3 years. Well, guess what? It's now 3 years later, and Bitcoin's hovering just above 9,100. And then he upped his ante, doubling his bet, saying it would hit $1 million by the end of 2020. Now he goes out and shares on crypto Twitter, not going to get out of it. I never believed Bitcoin would hit 1 million. It's absurd. It's an old, tired, worthless coin. I just wanted to eat my what on TV. Wait for it. And then Max Kaiser recently tweeted, John McAfee honored his bet made 3 years ago to bite off his what if Bitcoin wasn't at $500,000. Well, good news. He's doing well at the hospital and expected to make a full recovery. I'll be giving you the full story right here in today's show. Also, in today's episode, Bitcoin price predictions by top analysts are usually wrong. And here's why. I'm going to be breaking it down for you in today's show. We'll be taking a look at predictions from Plan B, Thomas Lee, Peter Brandt, Willy Woo, Peter Schiff, as well as Zhongping Zhao. Also, in today's episode, we'll be taking a look at the overall crypto market. As we can see, the king of crypto, as well as many of the altcoins, back in the green. Where's the Bitcoin price likely to go from here? Find out all this, plus so much more, in today's show. Here at Crypto News Alerts, I drop a brand new episode every single day. So be sure to smash that subscribe button and turn on all notifications to receive daily premium crypto news alerts. And before we kick off today's show, if interested in tapping into OPM and leveraging other people's money to grow your wealth and crypto portfolio, smash the link below this video in the description and register for the system, OPM Wealth. All right, welcome back to another episode of Crypto News Alerts. I'm your host, JV, and let's kick it off by diving into today's top story of the day. Will there be a Bitcoin breakout on July 22nd? Well, let's discuss it. Bitcoin price begins a new week, ranging north of 9,000 as it awaits cues from macro markets. What could be in store for the coming days? Well, Cointelegraph takes a look at the major factors that could impact the Bitcoin price this week. Number 1, Bitcoin compression nears its end. Equities led a somewhat uneventful start to the week's trading, with major stock futures slightly down on the day by a maximum of 0.6%. Bitcoin likewise had a quiet weekend, with volatility remaining negligible and a narrow trading corridor continuing to characterize price performance. On Monday, Bitcoin hovered at around 9,180, practically where we're currently at, having hit local highs at 9,226 earlier. Bitcoin's currently hovering at about $9,180, having hit a local high of about 9,226 earlier, its highest since July 15th. As has become standard in recent weeks, coronavirus sentiment and reactions to associated remedial measures from governments and central banks dictate macro action, and Bitcoin remains susceptible to copycat moves, with calm reigning prior to the opening bell on Wall Street. Room for maneuver appeared limited given the compression in Bitcoin over the past several weeks, a cycle of higher lows and lower highs. The current compression cycle showed little sign of breaking this month, as Cointelegraph reported. However, the status quo is ripe for change, and that should happen this week, says popular analyst Jason Williams of Morgan Creek Digital tweeted, "This feels like a little World Cup of sorts. Bitcoin could break out on or about the 22nd. I don't think I would want to be on the sidelines going into this, but low time preference. Tina and I both agree that Bitcoin volatility could be extraordinary to the upside." Then we have Zhongping Zhao, who says, "Don't take safe haven status too literally. Investors should not treat Bitcoin as a safe haven too literally within the current market," says the CEO of crypto exchange Binance. Speaking of Bloomberg on July 20th, Zhongping Zhao, known as CZ in crypto circles, cautioned against considering Bitcoin as having a particular relationship to stocks. Here's what he went on to share. "I think people should not take the meaning of safe haven assets too literally. There's always multiple factors affecting the price of an asset," he told the network. "If you imagine Bitcoin as the same as a float and there's the Titanic sinking beside it, if there's a rope tying the float to the Titanic, then the float will sink down with the Titanic. Even though the float does have floating properties, it's just not able to sustain that kind of load. Now, as Cointelegraph reported, quant analysis has suggested Bitcoin is 95% correlated to the S&P 500. Xiangping Zhao added, however, that fiat inflation and its impact on investor holdings would ultimately increase Bitcoin's safe haven profile over time. Then we have analysts saying gold may keep pumping, which recently reached all-time highs. On the topic of safe havens, attention stayed focused on gold over the weekend. Similarly, as a result of the coronavirus fallout, the precious metals now up 19% year to date, recently testing all-time highs. Even in the eyes of mainstream media, appetite exists amongst investors from an exit from fiat, which is very obvious with all the chaos going on in the world. Why wouldn't you be trying to exit and opt out of the corrupt central banking fiat system? You know what I mean? Which has been tarnished by central banks' money printing and lower interest rates. According to Bank of America's security commodity strategist Michael Widmer, gold may have even more room for growth than its current 9-year highs. We need a little bit more visibility before gold prices start peaking, he told CNBC. Data from on-chain monitoring resource SKU Analytics, meanwhile, confirms that Bitcoin has firmly beaten gold's year-to-date gains, 27.7% versus 18.4%, as we can see right here in this graph. So Bitcoin has been outperforming gold, even though gold has reached all-time highs this year. Next, crypto futures are showing signs of life. Binance further reported significant growth in its future products focused on altcoins, contrasting with the tailing off in activity for Bitcoin. In July alone, the exchange's altcoin perpetual futures volume grew 150% to 5.1 billion from 2 billion, while daily volume on altcoin futures hit $2 billion. This, it said in an accompanying blog post, underscores investor attention, concentrating on altcoin markets in the wake of uninspiring Bitcoin price action. The unusual stagnation in Bitcoin's price has shifted investors' appetite towards altcoins as prices surged to new all-time highs. The blog post stated, the explosion in altcoin demand has ushered in an altcoin season. As seen by Bitcoin's decline in market cap dominance, we have seen a decline recently in the Bitcoin dominance, and when this happens, many altcoins start surging against Bitcoin, which we've been witnessing recently here in the market, including ADA, Cardano, Chainlink, VeChain, Algo, and the list goes on and on. Next, Bitcoin fundamentals stay at all-time highs. Which direction a Bitcoin price breakout could take is open to debate. Analysis suggests a pullback of 11% in line with support as part of the current descending price channel, but at the same time, the Bitcoin network fundamentals and miner sentiment remain conspicuously strong. Difficulty is forecast for another 6.3% rise in 7 days' time, which will constitute its highest level ever. Likewise, the average hash rate remains near its historical all-time highs, as we can see right here, and hash rate is a significant indicator. Max Kaiser commonly talks about the Bitcoin price following the hash rate. So now that the Bitcoin hash rate has reached an all-time high, the Bitcoin price should follow. That's right. Difficulty refers to the effort required to solve equations on the Bitcoin blockchain, while hash rate is a rough measure of the computing power dedicated to mining. While both metrics only give an impression of network health, consistent upward growth has previously resulted in a knock-on effect for the price action. Chief among the proponents of the theory that price follows hash rate is Max Kaiser, which I just pointed out, who's uber bullish on Bitcoin, forecasting a $500,000 price target. That's right, Max Kaiser went on the Alex Jones show, InfoWars, and predict that Bitcoin will hit $500,000. If you're uber bullish on Bitcoin, let me know. And where do you think the Bitcoin price is likely to go this year? I think we'll retest all-time highs set back in December of 2017, and I think we'll dwarf it, making it look like child's play. And I think that's going to occur at the end of this year. And I think next year, by the end of 2021, Bitcoin will be trading at a 6-digit valuation. What do we need to do exactly from here to get to that point? We need to about 10x, which isn't that far-fetched considering the last halving in 2016 over the course of a year and a half. By the end of 2017, Bitcoin went parabolic, rising over 4,000% to all-time highs. So all we need to do is a small snippet of what Bitcoin has performed like back in 2017. All right, before we break down our next story of the day, McAfee calling Bitcoin a worthless coin and saying he never believed Bitcoin would hit $1 million. Let's first take a look at the overall crypto market. We can see Bitcoin as well as some of the top altcoins back in the green, including Ethereum, XRP, BNB, EOS, NEO, LTC, Go Miss Litecoin. We have Chainlink barely in the red, down 0.08%, trading at $7.85. We all know just a few days ago it reached price discovery mode, climbing almost as high as $9. We have SNX currently surging. We have ADA Cardano in the red, down 0.6%, trading at 12 cents. Satoshi Vision and Bitcoin Cash barely in the green. Now checking out some of the top exchange volume after being in a sea of red pretty much all week. Binance is back in the green, up about 30% for the day with 3.2 billion in volume. OKEX up about 8% with just under $1 billion in volume. BitMEX up 7% with $851 million in volume. And Hobby Global up 10% with $628 million in volume. All right, now let's break down our next story of the day. In July of 2017, McAfee said he would eat his own what if Bitcoin does not hit 500,000 within 3 years. Well, guess what? 3 years is up, and Bitcoin's now hovering just above 9,100, and its price must increase by more than 5,376% to meet McAfee's prediction. In general, Bitcoin quite clearly got nowhere near 500,000, as we can all see in the past 3 years. Not only that, but McAfee is also seemingly backtracking from his $1 million Bitcoin price prediction. Let's check out his tweet here on Crypto Twitter. Not going to get out of it. I never believed Bitcoin would hit $1 million. It's absurd. It's an old, tired, worthless coin. I just wanted to eat my what on TV. Wait for it. And then Mark Moore, Texas responded, are you going to do the Ron Jeremy thing or actually eat it? McAfee responded, wait and see what I do. It will be unique. Since mid-2019, the price of Bitcoin dropped from around 13,900 to 9,100 following the 34% drop in a 12-month period. McAfee no longer feels confident about his $1 million Bitcoin price prediction. He also shared on Twitter, Bitcoin is at the mid-10s and people worry. Laughing my ass off. Why do you pay attention to weekly fluctuations? Look at the past few months FFS. It's rising dramatically. I'm still positive about my $1 million Bitcoin price by the end of 2020. Altcoins like MTC and Apollo will rise 10 times more. Then he goes on to share, who gives a flying what happens on the daily, weekly, or monthly basis? Look 3 years out. There is no other way to get rich. And he also shares, I've only made one bet in crypto, 1 million by the end of 2020. I've never lost a bet. I cannot lose. It will be many times more. Wake up and use your head. It was given to you for a purpose. Contrary to expectations, it also seems McAfee was referring to the end of 2020 as the prediction date for $500,000 per Bitcoin. When several crypto enthusiasts questioned him about the subject, McAfee cited a website called What? The website says McAfee promised to eat his own what if Bitcoin does not hit 1 million by December 31st, 2020. McAfee said it's well documented his bet was for December 31st of this year and not July of 2020. When asked about the bet, he reaffirmed that he would follow through with his bet if Bitcoin does not hit $500,000. He goes on to share, it's well documented that I will eat my what on December 31st, 2020, New Year's Eve. Go figure. Not in July of this year. Google the bet. The in 3 years was a reference to the date. The originator of this tweet did not research it. Will I eat it? You bet, myself, or perhaps a subcontractor. And then we have Max Keiser, the host of the Keiser Report and Bitcoin investor, who sarcastically said McAfee must now be recovering at the hospital after honoring his bet. Here's his tweet on crypto Twitter. John McAfee honored his bet made 3 years ago to bite off his what if Bitcoin wasn't at $500,000. Good news. He's doing well at the hospital and expected to make full recovery, as we can see right here in this photo. So thank you, Max Keiser, for following up with this prediction for McAfee, and shout out to Max and Stacy Herbert of the Keiser Report. I'm a huge fan on my end, and of course, McAfee's track record shows that his predictions should be taken with a grain of salt. I've had McAfee on the show a couple times, done some interviews with him, and he's quite the prankster with a great sense of humor, so quite frankly, you can't take anything he says literally. For instance, his facetious U.S. presidential campaign which is now inactive, and he'll straight up tell you he only ran for the free publicity. And also, he questioned his own prediction, leaving many confused. Nevertheless, for McAfee to win the bet, the Bitcoin price would now have to gain at least 10,000% over the next 5 months. So do you think it's likely to occur? Let me know your thoughts in the comments right down below. And before we break down our next story of the day, Bitcoin price predictions by the top analysts, which, by the way, are usually wrong. We'll be breaking down why that is. First, let's take a look at the overall crypto market cap, sitting at $272 billion with $48 billion in volume in the past 24 hours. And the current BTC dominance is 62% even, which has been on the decline. And taking a look at some of the top gainers within the top 100, we have Syscoin up 215%. Holy moly, trading at 13.3 cents. If you're bullish on Syscoin, holla at your boy. BAM Protocol up almost 50%, trading at $4.82. Swipe up 47%, trading at $1.86. Kava up 31%, trading at $3.30. Terra up almost 15%, trading at 35 cents. And Ampleforth up 14%, trading at $2.80. Right below that, we have Quant, a BBC coin, Algorand, Synthetics, Bitcoin Diamond, and the list goes on. And now taking a look at the top losers, we have Flexicoin down 21%, trading at 0.003. Reserve Rights down 14%, trading at 1.1 cents. Digitex Futures down 12%, trading at 9.8 cents. VeChain down 5.6%, trading at 1.6 cents. Cosmos down 4%, trading at $4.12. And Bancor down 4.5%, trading at $1.61. Right below that, we have the Midas Touch Gold. Dogecoin, which has been surging. And interestingly enough, Elon Musk continuously tweets about Dogecoin. Go figure. Now let's check out the BitMEX margins. We can see the bulls are back in control, which is a beautiful thing to see, with longs leading 18 million in superiority in the last 24 hours, with longs leading 51.2% versus 48.7% shorts. Are you currently bullish or bearish on the king of all crypto? Let me know in the comments right down below. And now checking out one of my favorite indicators is the Crypto Greed and Fear Index. Shows we're currently rated a 44 in fear, yesterday a 41, last week a 43, and last month a 38. All of which is within fear. And if you're not familiar with the Crypto Greed and Fear Index, extreme fear can be a sign that investors are too worried. That can be a great buying opportunity. And when investors are getting too greedy, that means the market is due for correction. And before we break down our last story of the day on these Bitcoin price predictions from some of the top crypto analysts, I want to remind you to click the show more button right below this video in the description for a detailed analysis of what's going on in the market. This goes for all 485 videos right here on my channel. Also has some very helpful resources for you to plug into, including the blog to my podcast, which could be found at cryptonewsyes.com. Not only is this updated every single day, it also allows you to download the latest episode of the show in MP3 format. Also, be sure to subscribe on YouTube by smashing that subscribe button right below this video, or visit the direct link, cryptonewsalerts.net. You can also follow us on all the major podcasting platforms, including Apple's iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, Stitcher Radio, and also you can follow us on Twitter to receive daily crypto news alerts. My Twitter handle is Crypto News Yes. And for those of you active on Facebook, as I am, I do have a crypto Facebook group entitled Crypto Alchemy with over 17,000 strong from all over the world. To become a part of it, simply click this link, request to join. I'll be sure to plug you in. And for those of you active on Telegram, as I am, I do have a crypto Telegram chat. To join, click this link. You'll automatically be added, and I'm looking forward to connecting with you personally on the inside. All right, now let's break down our next story of the day. All right, let's start right here. To assert whether analysts and pundits' predictions fare better than options market pricing, one needs to stack those odds against the Black-Scholes option model, which requires 4 basic inputs: current price, strike prediction, days until expiry, and implied volatility. As we can see right here in this chart from TradingView, it shows 6 predictions over a 100-day period, which will be individually tested against the options markets model. Let's do it. November 1st, 2019, Changpeng Zhao of Binance predicts $16,000 Bitcoin price. Despite having said numerous times he isn't an active trader, Binance founder Changpeng Zhao often likes to publicize his predictions. In early November, he declared that Bitcoin would hit $16,000 soonish, so one should assume 4 months. Yeah, that's right. CZ missed the mark by 35% as Bitcoin failed to break 10.5 level within 4 months. This was not a lousy call, but rather way too optimistic as indicated by the Black and Scholes model. Next, we have Willy Woo. November 20th, 2019, Willy Woo calls the drop to 4,500. Analyst Willy Woo reflected on the previous year's cycle low of 3,100 and estimated Bitcoin would drop 71% from the 12,800 high, reaching 4,500 before the next halving. It seemed rather unlikely at the time, but a 6-month time frame into crypto is a very long time frame. Hats off to Willy Woo. On this call, as of March 13th, infamous crash caused a brief test to the 4,000 level despite being correct. Buying protection for such a long-term time frame costs substantial money. A 6,000 put option would have cost Woo $540 back then. Next, November 21st, 2019, the infamous Bitcoin troll himself, Peter Schiff, predicts a $1,000 Bitcoin price. Notorious Bitcoin basher Peter Schiff spotted a head and shoulders pattern and issued a $1,000 Bitcoin price prediction. Although no time frame was set based on such a pattern, a 3-month time frame seems reasonable. One doesn't need to be a statistician to deem such predictions as unreasonable. According to the options model, a $5,000 target back would still have shown a limited 10.7% probability. Peter could have remained bearish using more reasonable goal according to the options market at the time, but we all know the biggest Bitcoin troll is going to do troll-like things. Next, January 17, 2020, Peter Brandt predicts $6,000. The 40-year-old market stalwart says Bitcoin had already hit its floor, hence investors waiting for the price dip to 6,000 have missed their opportunity. No timeline was mentioned, although a 3-month prediction would have pleased most investors. And less than 2 months after the tweet, the sudden Bitcoin collapse on March 13th proved Peter Brandt's prediction wrong. Next, February 4th, 2020, Tom Lee predicts $27,000. In an interview with Yahoo Finance, Fundstrat senior analyst Tom Lee suggests Bitcoin's technical achievements paved the way for 200% gains within 6 months, with halving acting as a catalyst. That's right, and with less than 20 days to fulfill such a prediction, it seems very unlikely to occur. At least buying a $23,000 call option would have cost $65, a bargain considering $4,000 upside to Lee's target. And next, February 10th, 2020, Plan B predicts 10,000 before the halving. The creator of the infamous Stock the Flow model and Stock the Flow X revealed his belief that Bitcoin would not return below 8,200. Plan B also mentioned that he was expecting levels above 10,000 near the time of the Bitcoin halving in May. Now, less than a month later, Plan B's 8,200 support level was broken, although his 10K prediction for the halving was pretty close, as it was only off by about 3 to 5%. One might say Plan B got it 50% right, although the bold 10,000 prediction could have earned him good money using a butterfly spread strategy. Next, options pricing provides guidance, but it isn't an oracle. The Black and Scholes can be a useful tool to understand how far a prediction might be from options pricing, and in some cases, the wild guesses do hit the mark. For example, Willy Woo as well as Plan B could certainly have profited by defying options model pricing, but generally it's better to do your own research instead of following calls from leading analysts. Next, I want to actually share with you the Stock to Flow X price prediction of $277,000 by the end of 2024, and Stock to Flow X also shows a Bitcoin price of over $70,000 by the end of next year. All I know is this: there may not be the most accurate Bitcoin price model in existence that could forecast where the Bitcoin price will be, obviously, or these analysts would all be getting it right. But I will tell you this: Stock to Flow has the greatest track record. If you know a Bitcoin price prediction model more accurate, please do share it with me and we'll start discussing it right here on the show. Well, that's going to conclude today's show. As always, I appreciate you tuning in and journeying along with me inside this incredible crypto revolution. If you gain value out of today's show, be sure to smash that subscribe button and turn on all notifications to receive daily premium crypto news alerts. And real quick before I go, if interested in tapping into OPM and leveraging other people's money to grow your wealth and crypto portfolio, be sure to smash that link right below this video in the description and register for this free system entitled OPM Wealth. You'll be glad you did, and I look forward to catching you on tomorrow's episode. Peace.